I completely rebuilt an engine for the first time ever. I broke in the cam, set the timing, and took it for a spin to break in the pistons, and it backfired and died, and I couldn't get it to start again.
That didn't sound good.
Today's video is sponsored by Wolfbox.
My name's John. I live off-grid in the high desert of Arizona. I've never built an engine before, and I just built this engine here for my farm truck. I have everything finally set up. I just need to pull the air cleaner off, add a little gasoline to the top of the carburetor, and this will be the very first time starting this truck with the build that I just did ever.
Just a quick recap. I bought an old 77 Chevy C10. I did a compression check. It pretty well needed rebuilt. I took it into the machinist, found out it needed a new cylinder head. I got a new cylinder head, had the engine block machined, and I completely restored the engine by myself for the first time ever. So that was a fun learning curve, a lot to do, and what a relief it is to have the truck started. Now I just need to fine-tune things. So the timing was pretty finicky. I just had to work that out. And my distributor seems to have shot the bed, so I went back to the original distributor. Once I got it to start well enough to run pretty good, I went ahead and broke it in for about 20 minutes, just at about 2,000 RPMs to break in the cam.
Rebuilding an engine the first time can be pretty nerve-wracking, and let me tell you what a relief it was when I finally got my truck started and idling fairly nicely. I still need to set timing. I'm about to go out and change the oil and check the oil and the oil filter. But what a relief after such a big investment to get it running pretty nicely. And I built the entire engine from top to bottom outside of having them machine the block. So I dumped the oil and I changed that oil filter. I dumped the oil out of it as well, and I didn't see anything other than, you know, this was a nice clear blue and now it's just darker, but no metal shavings or anything funny. I saw a fair amount of oil down on the bottom of the starter, and I could trace it up to a leak in the side cover. So I'm going to seal the side covers. I only did the cork seal before and it didn't work, so I'm going to add gasket maker and the cork and just buckle them down real good. Then I can fill it back up with oil and try to do the timing here.
While I waited for the RTV to set up a little bit, I started working on the Wolfbox backing camera.
Alright, so the timing is set, the oil is in there. I saw a little bit of water leaking, so I tightened a bolt. I think that might be fixed. And yeah, timing's good. I think I can start it. And if all is good, I'm gonna try to back it up and take it for a little spin.
It's a lot peppier than it used to be. After about a mile, I pulled over to check on everything.
wires ran for the most part. But in order to use this, I need to replace the ignition switch. This went out as I was trying to start the engine the first time, so I've got to pull this off and put in a new switch so my auxiliary can power this thing. Well, I replaced the ignition, and that's not the problem. It looks like the actuator is going to need replaced as well, so I'm going to put everything together, try to make the lights and everything work, and then we'll finish this video. This is my very first look at the new camera, pulling off the dash camera cover, and I'll remove the cover here so you can see how shiny and how nice the screen is. We're just going to take a look at this dash cam, and then I'll show you guys my first drive in the pickup truck. So there's a lot of different settings, and they have large icons with the touchscreen. It's got the 2.4 or the 5.8 Wi-Fi. It's really easy to access videos like this one of the dash, and it picks up anything. If there's movement, someone cuts you off, it just automatically records anytime there's any movement. And then you can just access it with the app and download it and watch it like we are now. When I back up to a trailer, I'll easily be able to see the hitch from here. And that's my main purpose for having the backing camera. Wow, guys, I thought that I was going to fix that ignition and run to town and have the camera hooked up and record both ways, and it took all day long. You know, I had to pull the ignition and work on that, and there's going to be some other parts I've already ordered for the ignition, so I'll have to work on that again later, pull the steering column apart again later. But I do have the camera. I have the front facing camera working fine. I've got the rear facing camera connected where I'll be able to see if I connect to the hitch, and I'll look into seeing if I can get an extension so that I could just, I have only got to get it back about another 18 inches or so. Otherwise, I've been using the Wolfbox for a long time. I've got one in the camper van here, and as you can see, I beat the hell out of this truck. I run it real hard, and see the camera on the back here. See, here's my other Wolfbox. This works perfectly, and you can see that it's in line right with the hitch here, so it makes it super easy to back up and grab the trailer anytime I need it. And I haul the trailer almost every time that I use the vehicles, so now I'll be able to connect that to the pickup truck, and I'm sure you guys will see footage of that before long, of me hauling the trailer, and I'll show you then again how good the camera works. I just can't get the truck to that point to haul today. So from out here, it's pretty inconspicuous. A lot of people would probably not even notice that rear view mirror has a camera on it. And it just plugs into my little power system here. I had to hardwire it for now until I get my ignition fixed, but you see, you can go through. There we go. So you can see a large screen. This is like twice the size of the regular camera I've got. You can see it can record in 4K and 2.5. It's recording almost any time there's movement or anything. All kinds of settings, brightness. This way you can see the back and the front at the same time. You could tell it to snap a picture. This has a list of all the different videos that it just sat there and captured while I've been working on the truck. You could just browse through them. So, yeah, super handy. I really like to have my Wolfbox in both trucks now. I'm grateful to have them. Oops. If you want one of these rear view cameras, dash cams, I'll put a link down below. This one's the Wolfbox G900 Pro, and I noticed the app looks like it's been updated and it's pretty nice, and you could connect another camera if you want to, and lots of cool options with these. They definitely make hauling a trailer easier.
This second gear has always been pretty tough to catch, but I'll probably get used to it again. And of course I can make some adjustments. I'm just trying to get out to the main road so I can go 30, 50 miles an hour a few times in a row to set the pistons and whatnot.
Oh. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, I might have just, it's so bumpy. I know what happened is I lost the wire for the battery is loose. That's all that was. I forgot about that. I got a couple miles out and heard a couple pops and the truck stopped and it doesn't want to start. So maybe that's a carburetor issue. Maybe the distributor took a dump again. So luckily I got a tractor pulling me home. A tractor pulling the tractor. Curious where I'm at with the truck. I went ahead and popped the valve cover off and tightened up half a turn on all the valves. I reran the fuel line. I always planned to, but I just, I rebuilt this engine and I used the old fuel line that was pre-existing, and so I finally cleaned that up and I'm ready to take it for a spin out on the highway. And the last time I took it out, it was just backfiring just a little bit of popping in the exhaust. And that means it's almost tuned it's almost perfectly tuned. So then I made a few adjustments. I'm going to run and see how it runs. If it's better, then we're good. And then I'll finally do the vacuum test on the carburetor for that final adjustment. And otherwise, I can just back off the timing in the carburetor just a hint if it runs worse. But I think it's going to run better. We'll see how it goes. But we're just about there. You know, you just got to keep fine-tuning it. And that'll be that. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Subscribe if you want to learn more about my homestead. Check out the links below, and I'll catch you on the next one.